We say one word, and our kids will jump from 30 to 40. One word. Then another word is over, another word is under, another word is head up. One word moves all that. We want the fronts to move very quickly, okay? We can line up statically, we can stem, we can stick. We think we have to be balanced. One of the things that we get feedback, because I like to talk to coaches, right? And I'm the secretary treasurer of the Idaho Football Coaches Association, so I get to interact with lots of people. One of the things I ask guys after they play us, if they're not mad at me, is I'll say, what gives you problems when you play us? And it's always a common answer. There's way too many places people line up, and it causes you issues. And the other big one, you run zone and you run gap. And the fact that we have to prepare for inside-outside zone and power counter is a problem, okay? So therefore, we know that going the other way. My offensive linemen love it when I say they're an Okie team, they're an over team, they're an under team. That's what we're going to deal with. It's very hard for an offensive line to deal with Okie, odd stack, over, under, slant, pinch. The more you do up front, the more time we have to spend on that offensive line. And they are a huge, does anybody here coach the offensive line? Yeah, they are a huge creature of habit, right? They don't like change. They are curmudgeonly angry people when they have to do things differently. They want to come out to the same mud bog with the same 5-man blocking sled and do the same stuff every week. They don't want to change nothing. So now you say, well, they run this front and this front and this front, and they stem to this and this. That's hard. So we do that. A lot of people don't. Yes, sir.
Coach, are you a two-platoon team, or do you?
Tell me what that means in your vernacular.
What I say is, do you have guys playing both ways, or are they very separate?
Okay, great question. Our O-line and D-line are not allowed to play both ways. My D-line are the backup O-linemen. My O-linemen are the backup D-linemen. So does my left guard have to play nose tackle? He better know what to do. He better know how to line up and help us. But he's not going to play unless he has to.
That's your philosophy. That's
my
not
philosophy.
The league philosophy.
No. In the big schools we play, they'll have totally dedicated. We beat a team this year that we ran, so our offensive line's out there. We have 6. We have 6 offensive linemen, 5 starters, and we have 1 backup that's cross-trained to do everything. Okay? Then we have 3 D tackles, 3 D ends. Okay? And then they're each other's backups. They had a defensive line they sent out, and we mauled it. So about 8 minutes into the game, they sent a new one in. And then the next quarter, they sent another one in. They sent 3 line shifts in of 40 linemen. They had 12. We told our kids, I guess y'all are pretty damn good because you ran for 6.5 yards per carry and we beat them. So wear out the next group they send in. But we don't think, because I did that in high school. I played O-line and D-line, okay? And that is mortal combat. I hear receivers go, Coach, I got to run fade routes and then backpedal and play corner. I'm like, oh my God, how hard? Try playing 3-tech and getting trapped and double teamed for 10 minutes. And then turning around having to trap and double team people for 10 minutes. That is war down in there. So our philosophy is O-lineman, D-lineman, separate. But everybody else is fair game. So my best receiver this year will start at safety for me. My best corner will also play some receiver for me. My dude middle linebacker will play a lot of fullback for me. Those guys, it is what it is. And about half of our starters, not O-line, D-line, will go both ways. Significant amount of time. And there's different philosophies on that. Some people are huge advocates of, hey, I'm going to have 22 dedicated starters, 11 and 11. If I can do that, I would love to do it. I would love to do it because I think if you spend 2 hours of practice with that kid at one thing, he's going to be a lot better. So philosophically, I want to do that. It's just reality doesn't let me do that. The best cover safety I have was also my best slot receiver. And if he didn't play both ways, we weren't going to win. So we had to play him both ways. Quarterback only played 1 game of defense last year. And we needed to win it, and he needed to play. And he had 11 tackles on defense an interception, and then he ran for 250 yards and threw for 150 yards. And it was, by God, Superman, hop on. Get her done.
So you
But-
got a lot of kids on the bench then.
No, because we play 3 teams. So all of our freshmen play freshman ball. All of our sophomores, unless they're absolute studs, play JV ball. And then all of my juniors that don't get significant time go down and play JV. So I'll dress 50 kids for a varsity game, and we'll play 30 of them, 35 of them. The young ones, the sophomores, dress, but they are only allowed to play 5 quarters a week. So if you played 4 quarters on Thursday at JV ball, you're only allowed to play 1 on Friday.
Is that your rule or?
That's a state rule. But I'll dress that kid because if it's a blowout one way or the other, I send him in there in the 4th quarter, right? Get him some reps. I also, when we go to the playoffs, we allow anybody to dress and come with that wants. The freshmen know they're never going to get in the game. They're never going to get in the game. But I'm going to tell you a little secret here. Playoff games, take all your young players, okay? Keep them after playoff practice. Y'all have playoffs, some kind of playoff system, right? Okay, all your starters, send them home. When practice is over, last 30 minutes, send all your starters home. Goodbye. Take all your young players and practice them for 30 minutes and act like the starters are gone. You're stealing practice time, right? Coaches stay. And if he's my backup 3-tech tackle, he's a sophomore, he ain't getting no reps, it's playoff game. But that senior, send him home at 6 o'clock and say, okay, now you're the starter. We call it future football. And my coaches stay and coach those guys for 30 minutes. Well, now you just jumped way ahead for next fall because those kids got live time with you, right? And it don't matter. Like my coaches are like, oh, well, this kid can't quite. I'm like, no one cares. Line him up at 3 technique and teach him how to play. Just coach him for 30 minutes. Hey, here's a thought. Learn his name. Because you probably don't know his name. He's Hay.
Yeah.
He's Hay kid with the card. Get your ass over there and play scout team. Well, his name's Bill, right? Let's find out who Bill is. Let's find out whether Bill gets yelled at well or not. Like little things that just give you a chance to, and I didn't know that for 15 years, and the guy told me that. He's like, this is what we do, and I was like, oh my God, duh. So then we started doing it. It's a great thing, right? And we'll even keep the freshmen. Now, the freshmen get a choice. I tell them, if you want to go get ready for basketball, you can go. If you want to stay and play football, stay. And then you get to find out which freshmen are really bought in, too. Sophomores and up, if you don't come to the playoff practices, you ain't coming out next year. Okay, but that's a great way to steal time. All right, next one, Coach.